Surgeon General's warning. Smoking by pregnant women may result in fetal injury, premature birth, and low birth weight. According to the Surgeon General's warning, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Well, I ain't no woman, so welcome to Alcohol and Cigarettes. Ow!
Yeah, we're ready. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Logan.
Welcome to Alcohol and Cigarettes.
That's Alcohol and Cigarettes. Should we tell them what we're doing?
Yeah, go for it.
This is a new thing we're doing. It's kind of a crossover with Brandon the comedian and Logan 1373. We're just going to be doing it's not a talk show, but it's just us talking, basically. We're going to try to do one each week about different topics. Any topic between news, video game, politics, just whatever. And that's pretty much the gist of it.
We're basically going to pick one subject a week, each of us are, and we're going to take about 5 minutes each discussing it back and forth. We're not going to tell each other what our subject is that we've picked out for the week, and we're just going to go with it and debate and just tell our opinion on everything.
The only bad thing about that is we usually agree. But, well, it's the truth.
We do.
We usually agree. Today I'm smoking Pyramid Reds, and we're probably drinking Maker's Mark. So, alright. You ready?
Go. Yeah.
Alright.
Today I want to talk about the whole Ferguson thing. Mine is going to be very short and sweet. My thing is I'm not saying that the way he was shot was right or wrong. I ain't saying that. I don't fucking care. I could give two shits less. But if he hadn't been doing what he was doing, he would have never had to have been worried about getting shot in the first place. He could have been out looking for a job instead of trying to steal something from somebody that's actually had to work for a living and done right for just, it's just silly. So my whole thing about that is if you didn't get out and act the way that people are accusing you of being, then you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. Get out and get a job and work like everybody else has to.
Well, I agree with that as far as that goes. Because, he was, in fact, caught on camera robbing a convenience store. He stole some Swisher Sweets or some kind of blunt wraps, most likely for weed to smoke later. If he can afford weed, he can afford the blunt wraps. But whatever. He was causing a scene on the sidewalk. No, he's causing a scene in the street, I do believe. Causing a scene in the street, cop asked him to get on the sidewalk. Instead of getting on the sidewalk, he tries to assault a police officer, get in his car, tries to take his gun. The fact that he got shot is his own stupid ass fault.
Yep.
Period. He's acting like a fucking moron, and it's his own fault. 18-year-old or not, he's an idiot.
Yep.
And that's pretty much, what the hell else can you say? All these black people are up in arms about it, saying they want justice. What the fuck is justice? He got caught doing everything. The cop didn't do nothing wrong. Ain't no justice to be had. Justice was served. The cop didn't go to jail or get subpoenaed or nothing.
I tell you what we really ought to be worried about is things like the president letting everybody loose from Guantanamo Bay, which he's working on right now. He's already let loose, 3 of them?
Uh-huh.
He's already let loose them.
Not only that, he let them loose to terrorist groups.
Yeah.
He let terrorists go back to their terrorist groups, is what he did.
And I may be wrong about this, but one of them that was set loose had something to do with this Paris thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I believe that is true.
I could be wrong. Don't hold me to
No,
that.
I think you're right.
Instead of worrying about stuff like that, we're out here, protesting about something stupid. I'm not saying that boy's life was stupid, but what he done was stupid. And it's stupid for people to get out and defend him. If he hadn't been out doing what he was doing, he would have never had been worried about it.
What you mean, fucking going out and being a criminal?
Yeah.
Because that's what he did. The thing about it to me is all these black people want to get up in arms about it and yell justice and that the justice system isn't just and that it didn't work or whatever. What kind of justice are they looking for? The trial went down. They had the evidence. Police officer won.
Yeah.
It's justice. They won't.
It just didn't go the way they wanted it to.
Exactly. And here's what people think, that they did all the rioting over that because the cop won. But the whole thing about it is, what people don't realize, whether the cop won or the cop lost, there was going to be a riot. They would have rioted over the victory, they would have rioted over the loss.
Yeah.
It would have been a riot either way it went.
The only thing that I seen that made sense out of that whole ordeal, there was one black lady that was on the news, and she was talking about all the riots and everything and how everybody's acting stupid. She was out there protesting, but she was being civil about it. She wasn't getting out in the middle of the street and holding up traffic. She wasn't trying to set the cars on fire. She wasn't trying to beat people up. She even said, if we're going to represent the boy and his family, why don't we do it in a civil way? If you want to support something, fine. But to get out and, look at what those people have done.
Yeah.
I mean, they caused way more trouble than what that cop did.
All they did was hurt their community, and what's bad about that is half the people that participated in those riots, that was not even their community. They came from out of state, out of town, and just fucked up someone else's community for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
The only justice that they really want, when it comes down to it, is if the white man dies. And I don't give a fuck if that sounds racist or not. All they wanted was the honky dead, and that was it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I believe so.
I don't care if it sounds racist, because it's
Yeah,
true.
if he would have lost that trial, they would have wanted to hang him.
Oh yeah. No shit.
And, instead of worrying about stuff, like a pointless war and everything that we've had to go fight, and our soldiers and stuff that's had to leave their families, and some of them has died just so that they can go fight some towelhead. We're not worried about that whatsoever.
No.
Instead, we're worried about some black guy getting out and causing a ruckus, and then just throwing a fit over it. Yeah, it's a shame that the boy died. He was 18 years old. That's a shame.
It's not a shame.
He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing.
I don't give a shit. It is not a shame that he died to me. You get out and act like a criminal. You try to take a police officer's gun. You're gonna fucking die.
Well, I ain't talking about it's a shame that he died because
Shit.
he was a criminal. It's just a shame that he was that young. He should have. His parents should have taught him right from wrong. And I guarantee you, his apple don't fall far from the tree.
True.
I guarantee you, his parents was into the same mess. And if they wasn't, they should have kept a closer eye on him. 18 or not, my 18-year-old kid ever gets out and does anything like that, he'll think twice before he does again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Because that's what Obama is. He's a race baiter. Everyone thought that the races would come together because we had a black president. Obama ain't even black.
He's not even black.
He's not black. Well, Obama has separated the races more than any president alive that has ever been president. Because think about the last 20 years. How big of an issue was racism? It was almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Other than a few cases. How much of an ordeal has racism been, and the separation of races since Obama got in office?
Well, it don't matter, if we had a black president, if we had a white president, if we had a purple president, there's still going to be racism.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to exist. People have their own beliefs. It's their right to.
Yeah.
So if I decide I don't like a black person, then I don't like a black person.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to push it on anybody else, but, if I believe like that, then leave me alone and let me believe what I'm going to believe. That don't mean I'm going to get out here and kill every black person that I see.
Yep.
I can dislike whoever I want to or hate anybody that I want to.
Yep. Here's the other problem. And a lot of people don't even know it. 2 Asian police officers got gunned down by 2 black men. Did you hear about that in the news? Anybody hear about that in the news?
I haven't heard about it.
No, but I guarantee you if 2 white men shot 2 black police officers, all fucking hell.
Oh, that would be front fucking page.
Yep. So,
well, have you seen which this is not really anything new, but it's more rampant now because of the stuff with Ferguson. A lot of the gangs are going around, like in the malls and stuff, and they're hunting down white people, man, woman, child, old woman, it don't matter. They're hunting them down and following them, and then just standing there beating the tar out of them because they're white.
I hadn't heard about that, but I believe it.
Well, because once again, that's not getting put anywhere. They don't want that put out there. They want something that's going on with a white person. You know, there's trash in either aspect. There's black trash, there's white trash, there's Korean trash. You know, there's all sorts of trash out there.
There's plenty of Mexican trash.
What?
That's my segue. There's plenty of Mexican trash. And Obama's wanting to let them into the country. Now we're switching to my topic. That was the perfect time. My topic is immigration. And if you believe that amnesty for illegals is a good thing, then you are as dumb as this black kid that got shot.
Yep.
That was a good segue.
That was.
Like that. Anyways, I heard amnesty for illegals got passed. Now I'm hearing it didn't get passed. Now I'm hearing Obama's doing his, State of the Address or whatever tonight on TV, and he's going to bring up amnesty again. I think I've told you this before, but this is what happens. If amnesty for illegals gets passed and all the Mexicans in America right now become legal, those Mexicans are going to start working at your Walmarts, at your gas stations and all that, instead of having jobs where they just get paid under the table. They're going to get the green card, social security card. So now they're moving into our territory. And so now they're going to be working real jobs, getting real paychecks, all that good stuff. More illegals come in. What do you think those illegals are going to do? They're going to take the jobs that the Mexicans are doing right now. They're going to be working those jobs while the other Mexicans are working our jobs. So now Mexicans are taking over the workforce. That's pretty much the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the legal ones are going to get real jobs. The illegal ones are going to take the jobs that the pre-illegal ones already had.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are. Mexicans are taking over the workforce. That's what's going to happen with amnesty. Because we're out in Smithville and Woodbury. I don't see a lot of Mexicans, but in Smithville, this place is full of Mexicans. And now they're going to be able to get real jobs. Think about how hard it is to get a job in a town like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here and in the next county over in McMinnville, we've got tons of nurseries. So that's why we have tons of Mexicans here.
Yep.
And, they're taking over everything. And I ain't got anything against, somebody working hard. But if you're going to do that, do it the right way. Because people like me and him and you that are having to work for a living and pay our taxes, that's where that's going to.
It is. That's the truth. I mean, not only that, I mean, Mexicans being illegal.
We're keeping up their children and everything.
Well, Mexicans being illegal right now, they don't have a real Social Security card or driver's license. So what do you think happens when they go to the doctor? They don't get doctor bills like us because the doctor has nowhere to send that bill and no person to send it to because technically they don't exist. So who's paying those doctor bills through income taxes? We are.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. I just wanted to state that fact. A lot of people don't see it that way, but what do they think is going to happen? They're going to get green cards and shit and work the same shitty jobs they've been working for, what, $3 or $4 a fucking hour?
Yep. They just don't have to worry about, number one, finding a job because they're going to take it all over. And number two, they won't have to worry about getting deported.
Yep.
Won't have that problem anymore. So, they'll just take over. So anybody want to come to America, here we are. Come take us over.
Well, it's the truth.
We don't need our jobs.
And now, this goes into my next topic. I have two.
Okay.
But they tie together. The Keystone Pipeline. That everybody's wanting to happen. Everybody was like, it's dead in the water, it's not going to happen. Well, it was purposefully put on hold. It was never out of the picture. Now Obama's going to let it happen. And this is why. There is one of the top richest men ever, period. At one point, he was like three rows down below Bill Gates. This guy was loaded rich. He happens to be a Mexican. And his name is like Carlos or something like that. But he was one of the richest guys ever. He's an industrialist. He's rich as fuck. He happens to be building a brand new steel company. And guess who Obama has enlisted to provide the steel for the Keystone Pipeline.
Uh-huh.
This man, and guess who this man, a Mexican businessman who is building a steel factory and is getting a big contract for this pipeline, guess who he's hiring?
Mexicans.
All the illegals. It's supposed to create thousands of jobs for Americans. But all those jobs are going to illegal Mexicans. He's going to pay them under the table. All of this, look it up on YouTube. Just look it up. Type in Carlos and then new steel plant and you will find something. Look it up on YouTube or Google or whatever. You can find everything. And Obama is making the deal with him. I guarantee you when the Keystone Pipeline goes through, his company will be heading the operation and it will be all illegals working it, no Americans. Period. Everything ties together. Why do you, amnesty, Keystone Pipeline, it's all just one big thing, man.
Yeah.
It all ties together.
We'll wind up being the minorities soon.
We will. And I figure a lot of people are going to, considering the topics we chose, are going to see this as a racist video. But it is what it is. It can't be racist if it's all fact.
Yeah.
So, just because we're white don't mean shit. Sorry.
Well, like I said before, I have the right to believe the way I want to believe and hate who I want to hate. And by God, that's what I'm going to do.
But see, that's the thing. I hate people equally. I hate white people. I hate Asians. I hate black people. If you suck, you suck.
Yeah, you just fucking suck.
And I hate you. That's it. Don't think we're just hateful. We'll have other topics in the future, but today we had to hit these, I reckon. So, in conclusion, keep the Mexicans out, and Ferguson is a bunch of bullshit. Right?
Yep.
All right, then.
I believe so.
Does that do it?
Kill the whitey.
Kill the white man! I guess that's the first Alcohol and Cigarettes. Hope you enjoyed it.